Let's fire away.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this decision session of the Executive Member for Economy and Culture. That's myself, Councillor Pete Kilbane, on Monday, 27th of January, 2025. Just looking through the agenda, we have no apologies for absence. We have no declarations of interest. Minutes, I'm happy to approve and sign from the previous meeting of the 22nd of October 2024. We have nobody listed for public participation today, so that brings us to the main and only item on today's agenda, which is York's Learning Self-Assessment Report, and I will hand over to Angela Padfield to take us through that.
Thank you very much. So yes, we do an annual report every year which goes to Ofsted, which is called the Self-Assessment Report, and this is this year's, well, it's not this year's actually, it's the report that we produce on last year's performance, so 23-24, and it goes by the end of this month, so end of this week. The report gives a good reflection, I believe, of where our strengths and our weaknesses are, and that has borne well with Ofsted, who came in December as well. That has shown us a good reflection of where we actually are. The things I would like to sort of really encapsulate, I suppose, is the fact that our offer is very good. The offer is very flexible and it provides multiple entry points for people to access. And that enables people who are on shift works or have got other commitments to be able to access that offer. There's very good engagement with the service from those who are hardest to reach, which is one of the key priorities from the Combined Authority, the LSIP and all of that. We also work really hard to get good achievement. So last year we reported low achievement in English and Maths, English EYE, which is the Early Years Educator Apprenticeship, Digital Skills and Counselling. This is mainly due to a lot of mental health issues with learners' well-being, challenges with financials, taking on extra work and so on. We have churned most of that around. The digital is now over 90%. The counselling is over 90%. And the ESOL has improved, and English and Maths has improved, but only a little bit. There's still more work to do in English and Maths, EYE and ESOL, but we can show that we are on a journey with that and we are improving as we go. There are still challenges, but they are also reflective of a national picture of challenges in those areas.
Yeah.
We are not on our own with this. And I just want to make that known, because one thing that is really clear is we have very good teachers who are very knowledgeable and very well skilled at the craft of teaching, and they do it very well. And while we will continue to work with them to do improvements where we can, it is not because of poor teaching that these results are there. That's one of the things I just wanted to make it clear. And then I also think that we should applaud the 16 to 18 study programme. Those young people have lots of life challenges, and at least 78% of those have very positive progressions into employment, which I think is excellent, because they all had very negative educational experiences when they started. And that's about it, really. I think the rest of the report speaks for itself, and the Ofsted experience which you've had will have shown that to you as well, I believe.
Great. So thank you, Angela. Yeah, we Ofsted were in December, but we don't have their final report yet.
No.
But, so we're not able to say what that would be. But what I can tell you is that one of the things that they said to me was how they greatly appreciated the honesty and depth of our self-reporting. So not only does that make it their job a lot more straightforward, but also just means that we are a totally trusted provider when they're coming in, because we've been so honest about what our successes and what our challenges are. Just a couple of questions from me. On the impact on page 16 of the papers, I don't think it's page 16 of your report. We've got retention, for education and training, 16 to 18 and 19 plus. Retention 83.8%, our stats show 87. What's the difference between the two there? What's the reason for the
Sorry,
for
that
our stats being higher?
that text should have said, oh God, I don't know actually. I think the retention 83.8 is last year, and our
Okay.
stats for this year is 87%. I
Okay.
believe that's what that should
Okay.
say, so that's an error by me.
Okay. No, that's fine. It's good
Yeah.
to know that we're heading,
It's
heading
gone
in
through,
the right direction.
it's gone through so many moderation
Sure.
things which we do, that it's obviously left as a comment there and I've forgotten to edit it.
No problem at all. In terms of progression, so a little bit further down that
Yes.
paragraph and impact. I mean, that's a remarkable stat when you add up the destinations, 60% into work,
Yeah,
31% into further or higher education, and 2% into, so that's 93%
positive,
of
very
our
positive,
learners
yeah.
then go on to mainly into work, a third into, well, nearly 2/3 into work, nearly a third into further education, and 2% into volunteering. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's very
Absolutely
good.
incredible.
Yeah,
So I mean, because what's going to suggest, in terms of what we look at, is talking to the combined authority in terms of their trailblazer program for moving people into work who are currently economically inactive. But I think looking at this report, the combined authority should come and talk to you to show them how to do it, because very clearly this is something that's working really successfully in York. So congratulations on that. They're really remarkable figures. We struggle, don't we, with early years
yes,
apprenticeships. I mean, the withdrawal rate, you know, it's not terrible, but it is higher than we'd like it to be. It's
Yes.
just over national. I mean, because we smashed the national benchmarks in pretty much every other category, don't we? Except
Yeah.
this one was just 0.2% over benchmarks, so just over the national standard withdrawal rate. Is that, when you say national vocational issues, is that just people leaving the profession for other employment, or what's going on there?
it's a range of issues. Mainly you're often talking about quite young people who are doing the courses. They realise after a while it's not for them. They thought working with young children was the career that they wanted to do, and then they realise it's not actually what they want to do.
Okay.
For some it's economic, because they can get better pay and less hours elsewhere. Childcare is demanding. They're often there very early in the morning to have children dropped off before the parents go to work, and often parents can be late and they're left they leave even later at night. So it's a hard job. On top of that, there's some of them have challenges with English and maths, and they were expected up until Christmas last year, of this academic year that we're reporting on, that they had to have their English and maths at grade C. And if they didn't have that, they had to achieve that on top of their apprenticeship. But then the government withdrew that after Christmas and said they didn't have to have their English and maths. But we have to get the English and maths to get the achievement. So there were 6 of them who decided to decline doing their English and maths, even though they were already signed up with us to do that. So they not only affected our apprenticeships, they affected our English and maths as well. And that was completely outside of our control. And the SFA are aware that that is one of the issues that we have had with that change in policy, has had that impact on us, because we can talk about a 2-year impact because apprentices are on for more than a year. That could still impact us going into this year with some of them, because they've withdrawn from doing their English and maths. But we are working hard to try and keep them engaged.
Okay, so the rules changed in terms of how you
Yes.
do the counting, but we're still on the old counting system, and there's a new count. Okay.
No, they're still being counted. If we're still being counted that they need their maths or English.
But they can stay in work now.
They can stay in work. But it does affect our stats. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, sure. And I guess it's evolving ways as well to try and encourage those people to get that qualification, isn't it? Because it's really important for them that they do get that qualification and that understanding going forward. And I'm sure, given the expertise, the commitment and the passion of our teaching, people who deliver the teaching for us, then I'm sure we'll find ways to do that, because one of the great strengths of your team and teams is their innovation,
Yes,
in their focus on the learner, on the person,
yes,
and basing outcomes on what those people need. And the fact that we are also managing to score across the piece, you know, much better than national standards while doing that is great.
Yeah.
Speaks volumes to the team. So,
thank
if you
you.
can say thanks to the team
I
for
will.
all the work that they're doing, that'll be, I tell them how greatly appreciated they are. We all look forward to the Ofsted report being published soon. And I guess the only other thing to say is that for the people of York, you provide great service.
Thank you.
So if anybody is looking at a career change or is interested in studying something else, then get in touch with us, because we've got the people who can help you on that journey.
Fabulous.
Okay, so thank you very much for the report. Let's just go back to the recommendation, which is paragraph 6 in the main body of the report. I am very happy to approve the report, subject to the amendment in the agenda supplement to paragraph 14. And as I say, pass on my congratulations to all of the team. So thank you all very much, and thank you for the staff here for assisting with this morning. And I will hang on. We've got urgent business. I've got no urgent business that's been brought to my attention. And with that in mind, we'll close the meeting. Thank you all very much.